From WBAY TV, your first alert station, Action 2 News starts right now with breaking news.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We are continuing to follow breaking news at the Oneida Casino in Ashwaubenon and have confirmed new details just minutes ago. Action 2 News just confirming a suspect is in custody tonight after an active shooter situation at the casino where multiple police agencies responded. We have team coverage tonight from the scene, but first, here's what we know so far. Witnesses telling us there were multiple gunshots inside the casino. Authorities quickly blocked off the highway in both directions. Several people inside the casino as well, running or barricading themselves inside for safety. We are also standing by to take a live media briefing by law enforcement. It's expected to start any moment now. We will bring you that live in its entirety once it begins. It doesn't look like it's beginning right now. So first, let's head over live to Emily Matesic. She got to the scene within minutes of the call. Emily, what did you see as you were pulling up and who did you talk to?
Yeah, Brittany, obviously a very chaotic scene here this evening. Law enforcement had the area around the casino completely blocked off. And as you reported, the shooter is in custody. Now, we did talk with several people as they were evacuating the area. These people were both in the casino and in the hotel portion of the property. Witnesses tell us the shooting started in the restaurant of the Radisson Hotel. The Radisson is attached to the casino. I spoke with a man who was eating dinner in the restaurant when he heard one shot before taking cover and then evacuating. Once outside, witnesses tell me they heard another shot. Police were converging on the area at that point when one woman told me she saw law enforcement running into the parking ramp area of the casino. Not only did those law enforcement officers have their guns drawn, but this woman told me that she saw and she heard them firing their weapons. Take a listen to what several witnesses told us they saw and heard tonight.
In the Radisson at the Ducks Creek. Our team's out here. We're supposed to be playing the Green Bay Blizzard tomorrow afternoon. So we're just having our team dinner, and food was about to come by, and then we just heard a shot, and then I heard another one, and then I just seen one of the chefs, this body just dropped to the floor, and then we all just dropped to the ground and just tried to get to rescue as quickly as possible.
So we were sitting in the casino, and it came over a loudspeaker that we had to evacuate, and we literally thought it was a joke because we didn't hear anything. We thought there was maybe a small fire, so we got in an argument with the dealer to pay us out for what she owed us from the prior hand. We get shuttled outside, we walk outside, and we're still joking around about it, and then all of a sudden we hear a massive flurry of gunshots.
Wide open, like 30, it's crazy.
20 to 30 gunshots for sure.
Obviously, again, very chaotic scene for the people who were inside the casino and inside the hotel and restaurant this evening. They told us it was very scary, very unnerving. They weren't exactly sure what was going on and weren't sure what was going on. The man that I spoke with that was inside the restaurant, he said once they were outside, they were all kind of hanging around outside the restaurant when they saw who they believed to be another chef from inside take a swing at somebody. At that point, they said that somebody that the chef took a swing at took a gun out and fired another shot, and that's when police started to converge on the area, chasing somebody into the parking ramp area of the casino. That's when they heard those 20 to 30 shots ring out. Area completely blocked off. Actually saw a woman who was trying to get to her husband who was flying in at the airport. That area is completely blocked off too. Lots of investigators out here, lots of police. Saw multiple fire departments here, multiple ambulances. We saw Eagle 3 flying overhead at one point as well tonight. Again, lots to look into here. Still waiting on that briefing from law enforcement, but for now, we're live in Ashwaubenon. Emily Matesic, Action 2 News.
Right, Emily, we are still waiting on that presser. And as you mentioned, the airport, Green Bay, Austin Straubel International Airport, put out a statement here saying that officials are asking everyone to follow the detour posted situation. And we'll continue to monitor this online and on air and bring you that briefing as soon as we get to it. All right, let's head over to sports. Bailey has a lot to talk about in sports with Aaron Rodgers, the Packers, the drama. Bailey, what's going on?
Yeah, there's been a lot of news and a lot of drama, Brittany. If you had questions on if the relationship between the Green Bay Packers and quarterback Aaron Rodgers was tainted, ask no more. A source in Rodgers' camp telling Charles Robinson of Yahoo Sports the NFL MVP wants the Packers to fire general manager Brian Gutekunst. And if that doesn't happen, Rodgers would consider sitting out or even retiring. The Yahoo Sports report says the disorder started when Gutekunst moved up in last year's draft to get quarterback Jordan Love in the first round without giving knowledge of the decision. The source said Rodgers believed the plan was to move on from the QB after last season. However, his MVP play changed that timeline. This morning, Packers president Mark Murphy confirmed the agitation between Rodgers and the organization, saying it has been going on for a considerable time, saying, quote, "This is an issue that we have been working on for several months. Brian Gutekunst, Matt LaFleur, and I have flown out on a number of occasions to meet with Aaron. We are very much aware of Aaron's concerns and have been working with him to resolve them. We remain committed to Aaron in 2021 and beyond," end quote. Yahoo Sports report then went on to say Rodgers wanted a new contract after his MVP season and the team to commit to the QB for the next 2 seasons. Meanwhile, the team wanted to restructure Rodgers' current deal. While the Packers organization continues to revive the relationship with their MVP quarterback, Aaron Rodgers was taking in the Kentucky Derby. Rodgers told NBC Sports' Mike Tirico, he was disappointed that the news had come out of this rift with the Packers and expressed his love for Green Bay and the franchise. So what's the Packers GM's response to the reported feelings by his star quarterback?
Aaron hasn't said anything like that to me and certainly hasn't said anything publicly. So I think it's a little unfair to kind of, put that on him. But, listen, you certainly don't like to hear those things, but at the same time, it's kind of part of the gig in the National Football League. I think obviously there's, some things can become complicated and we're working through it the best we can. We've been working through it for a while. And again, we're very optimistic that we can get through this for what's best for the Green Bay Packers, which is Aaron suiting up for us this fall.
Well, I'll always remain hopeful and optimistic, and certainly we'll always welcome him back with open arms. He knows exactly how not only myself, but our staff and our players feel about him. And I just can't imagine him not being in a Green Bay Packer uniform.
Amid all of this drama, the team did finalize their 2021 draft class, who they drafted on day 3, coming up in sports, Brittany.
All right, thanks, Bailey. A windy but gorgeous warm Saturday. Some of us even seeing temperatures in the 80s. Here's meteorologist David Hurst in the First Alert Weather Center. David.
Yeah, a nice preview of summer today. Most of you away from Lake Michigan got into the 80s. It was a sunny afternoon, but we have seen the clouds increase and even a few rain showers developing at this hour, generally south of the Fox City. So Green Lake, Marquette County seeing some of that around the Fond du Lac area, as well as from Plymouth and into southern parts of Sheboygan County. We're seeing some of that lighter rainfall. Now, this activity will continue tracking off towards the south and the east. Haven't had any lightning strikes detected in this. Tomorrow, we may see a few thunderstorms, but for the time being, just tracking these light rain showers. Appleton, Oshkosh southward, perhaps getting in on a few of those sprinkles before the night is done. We do have mostly cloudy skies across the area. The clouds will continue for a time, but they should begin to diminish as we head closer to dawn on Sunday morning. Temperatures are still very mild where we have some of the clouds overhead, still 70s, but Green Bay northward dropping into the 50s and 60s. Winds starting to let up at this hour. We will continue to see that wind drop off tomorrow. A mix of sun and clouds with rain and storms more likely during the afternoon. We'll time that out with First Alert Pinpoint Predictor coming up.
Thanks, David. We are still waiting on that police response and that presser over at Oneida Nation at the casino, so we'll bring that to you when that starts. On the vaccine front, nearly 2 million Wisconsinites have completely been vaccinated against COVID-19. We're about 7,000 shots away from 2 million people statewide completing all their vaccine doses. That's 34.2% of the state's population. 43.3% of people statewide have received at least one dose. 32.4% of people in Northeast Wisconsin have completed their vaccine series, and 31.3% of residents in the Fox Valley area are fully vaccinated. 18 more people have died of COVID-19 and 75 more people have been hospitalized. Of the more than 4,600 people tested, we're seeing 675 new cases, which is about 15%. The rolling weekly average of positive tests, which includes people regularly tested multiple times, is at 3.3%. And across the state's entire pandemic caseload, 1.5% of cases are considered active. A local veteran accomplishes a goal he never thought possible. When we come back on Action 2 News, why walking a marathon could be deemed a miracle. Welcome back. Following a story we first told you about yesterday, a local Iraq military veteran from Pulaski is proving his resiliency after suffering from several combat-related injuries. He says he is refusing to let the pain take charge of his life. Instead, he's using it as fuel to help others in his shoes. Mark Miner and several of his friends began walking at the crack of dawn. The group walked the length of a marathon, 26.2 miles, despite Miner suffering several injuries while fighting overseas in Iraq. The event was used to raise funds for Helping Out Our American Heroes, a nonprofit made up of volunteers dedicated to service members.
Walking slowly in the neighborhood, start talking to people, just move about. Don't get stuck inside yourself, and don't get lost.
Our biggest mission is to raise awareness and funds for PTSD and veteran suicide. Every year we do a 20-mile ruck march. Everything is marked around the number 20. We have 20 veterans that complete suicide daily.
The group says it took about 9 to 10 hours to complete the walk. If you're interested in donating to the cause, we have a link on our website at WBAY.com. Welcome back. We are still following the breaking news situation at the Oneida Casino in Ashwaubenon. Here's a live look where we are still waiting for the live media briefing by law enforcement. Megan Kerna is live on the scene telling us DCI and Oneida police are still piecing everything together and should hopefully get started in minutes to provide more information. As we told you earlier in the show, a suspect is in custody after an active shooter situation at the casino where multiple police agencies responded. At this time, we do not know how many people were hurt, but witnesses tell us there were multiple gunshots inside the casino, possibly in a restaurant. Action 2 News will continue to monitor this breaking news situation. Stay with us both on air and online on our First Alert mobile app for further updates, and tune in to Action 2 News this morning starting at 6 a.m. where we will provide you with the latest updates.